So, hello everybody. Today we are going to play one of my all-time favorite games, Runebound 2nd edition. I'm not going to go into a second or versus 3rd edition war. Let's just say that I think this is one of the best games that was ever made. I have almost all big box expansions. Mists of Zanaga is hopefully going to dispatch today. I hope that I'm going to get it soon. But today we're going to play with the base game and the Avatars of Kelnov expansion box. So how this works is, I've got a couple of house rules. I also play with the Cities of Adventures expansion. I realize that I have all but one city. I don't know why I don't have that one, but for this city we won't be using them, but I've got all of the rest. I use a threat track, which means the game will be speeded up. I also use fast Runebound, which means that in order to gain 1 experience, you only need 4 experience points to get 1 level up. Once you've leveled up twice, you cannot accept any green challenges. Once you've leveled up 4 times, you cannot do any yellow challenges anymore. Challenges do not refresh. And I also have a wandering monster system. If you don't face any challenges during your turn, after you roll the threat track, you also have to roll if you encounter a challenge. What else do I do? Yes, and I have 2 sets of cards over here, adventure cards. The ones with the angel on the back are the Kelnov cards, and then you have the green, yellow and blue cards from the Rise of the Dragon Lords and some other small box expansions that I've got that mix in with this one. On a roll of 1 to 5, I draw from the left column, and on a roll from 6 to 10, I roll from the right column. Except for red, I only have the Kelnov ones. So, we're playing with Rune Witch Astara. I think these are all of my, yeah. And another house rule is that I have 2 sets of cards from the market stack. I've got the weapons and armor and everything in 1 stack, and I've got all of the allies in the 2nd stack, and I draw them randomly. Even means it's from the ally stack, odd means it's from the weapon stack. So far I've populated this and I mainly drew allies, but that was by chance only. We're starting, let's see where we start. Top row is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're gonna start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna actually start here. That's a surprise because we rolled it 2. Well, yeah. So, okay. We're gonna draw the first challenge. 1 to 5, 6 to 10. And we roll a 2, so we draw 1 from the base game. And it's the knight beset by sorrow. This knight pines for his dead love, seeming not to care that the shades of the dead attack him. He must be saved. Take this card. The knight owes you his life. The next time you would take enough damage during the challenge to be knocked out, you may discard this card to cancel the wounds inflicted on your hero. Okay, what we're going to do is he's got 3 wounds. We're going to add 1 exhaustion to our heroine, and we're going to test our magical power. And we roll a 9 plus 3. That's not enough. Otherwise, we would have done 1 pre-combat damage. So now we need to defend in ranged. And with a 13, that's enough. We don't take any hits. He doesn't do anything in melee, so now we can try and use our magical power. And with an 8, that's not enough, so we take 2 points of damage. This is not going well. So let's do this again. Ranged combat, we managed to defend ourselves, and then let's see what we do in magical combat. 12. This is unbelievable. Okay, we're knocked out. That didn't go so well, so we will just reset this. The knight beset by sorrow becomes the first unfaced challenge, and he will just stay here. So, and we get transported to a city. We're going to roll a die. And we rolled a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we get transported to Frostgate. Which is... where exactly? Frostgate is up here. Okay. So we wake up. We kind of feel a little bit groggy. But now we need to roll on the thread track. And we rolled a 15, so nothing happens. We're not going to go anywhere near that night, so we need to now start walking. The next green challenge is, well, they're all over here really, so we need to get back there. So let's roll the movement dice. Oh God, that's not good. We've got one river. One more river, and a third river, which doesn't really help us. We've got swamps, which don't help us at all. We've got mountains that don't help us either. Yes, we're going to go down here, and then we're going to use the 2 planes that we have to go here. So now we need to check 11. But now we need to check if we run into a roaming monster, and of course we do. So it's a green monster. Let's see where we get it from. That's again from this deck. Sudden separation. Before combat, test jump. We get a +2 to jump. And it's an 11. We roll an 11. That's 13. We didn't make it. If you fail, you take 2 hearts. Brilliant. If you do not defend this challenge by the end of this phase, you escape but lose your next turn. Okay, then we have to take an exhaustion, because otherwise we cannot inflict 3 points of damage. And we failed, so yeah, we cannot really defeat this. We don't take any other wounds, so we're in really bad shape. We can't really lose our next turn, or actually we can. So first of all we roll, nothing happens, and then we roll again, nothing happens. We would need to roll for a roaming monster, but luckily nothing happens. We're in really bad shape now. We're going to go to Forge to get ourselves healed. There is nothing else we can do. Can we make it to Forge? Yeah. Okay, so first of all we're going to draw the Cities of Adventure card that belongs to Forge. This is not going well. Anybody who says this is an easy game should think again. Okay, Street. Test diplomacy. If you fail, you must pay 1 to enter the market this turn. Oh, first of all, we need to, yeah, so. No, we didn't, so that's good. We don't need to pay. Hills, no, sorry, Dwarven Arms. Draw 5 market cards. Place all weapons and armor in the market stack and discard all other cards. Items costs +2 for this turn. And lastly, Hills. Test lore to learn of a rune cult and gain 1 green experience gem. And we managed that because we rolled 17 and the test was 16, so we get 1 green gem. Where are my gems? Over here, that's good. Kind of makes up for the crappy start we had. Let's take a look at the market. These all get discarded. We now need to heal. We paid 2 to heal and 1, so we have 2 left. Can we get anything interesting for 2? Probably not. Nope. Let's check the thread track, and at a 6 it's still okay. Okay, so we're going to move again. And what have we got? One water and 1 hill is enough, so let's see where we draw our challenge from. And we draw it from the new deck. I've never looked at these cards, I don't know what's in there. It's an event, Buried Armor. While fording a river, which does make thematic sense because we just did that, that did not show up on your map, you spot the glint of bronze and steel at the river's bottom. If you wish to attempt to reach the object, test swim 11. Now she has a swim test +2. And we roll a 16, 17, and 19, that's enough. We don't fail. If you succeed, take this card as you pull a piece of ancient armor from the riverbed. You may discard this card to cancel up to 2 wounds being inflicted on your hero. However, the workmanship of the armor is exquisite and it glows as if from a higher plane. Perhaps it is worth shedding some of your blood to keep it safe. Oh, I see, okay. We're gonna keep it. So, but now we need to draw another card. And we rolled an 8, so again we draw from the Kelnov. Oh, okay, it's again one of those. Let's see, I mean, I did shuffle them. Are these all... Aha, okay. I get it. Okay. These are not enemies, are they? Okay, I get it. Okay, good, good. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to take only 2 of those, because otherwise we will be sitting here until the end of time. So these work differently in that they are actually just challenges, or, well, they're not enemies. So the easiest way to deal with them is just whenever you draw a event card from the Rise of the Runelord deck, you just don't play it, but play one from there as well. So this plays differently than other expansions where you actually get enemies. So we'll just, we don't even have to roll. So we're going to draw a green challenge, a green card. This gets discarded. We draw one from here. A simple pilgrim. Might I join you, fellow traveller? The old man asks. I am weak of limb and weary of bone, and would have the strength of a brave hero by my side on my pilgrimage to the shrine. If you allow the pilgrim to join you, take this card. While you have this card, you suffer a -1 penalty to all combat rolls and skill tests. You may discard this card at any time. Discard this card during your market step in Frostgate to gain a +2 bonus to your stamina. You may take a... Oh, yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, so now we need to draw another card. The Pit. Before combat test spot. And we fail. If you fail, you may not perform any before combat actions and you skip the first ranged combat phase. Okay, so now we need to defend in melee. And we fail. We are going to discard this card because I can't afford to take any more wounds. It's not funny. Okay, so then we're going to try and take it out in... Yeah, and we take it out in the... I'm actually going to take these out because I want to keep the deck separate. So I'm going to take this counter. Do we get money for it? Probably not. No. Okay. Okay. Nothing happens on the threat track. We're going to go to Frostgate. Post haste. Let's see what we've got. We've got a river. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough. 12. This means the threat track goes up by 1. At the moment, nothing happens. The next time it goes up, we will start rolling against these to see if there's a fluctuation in the market. But we didn't take any, we didn't see any monsters, didn't face the challenge, so now we face one. And we draw one from the green deck, and it is a false floor. Okay. The obvious pressure panel is just a decoy. It's the soul-sucking stupid vapor slowly being released. That's the problem. Okay. So first of all, we're going to test. We're going to take 1 fatigue to test before battle. And we miss. So now we have to defend in ranged. And we fail, so we take 1 wound. And then we're going to try and take it out in the magic phase. We do 2 wounds to it, so now we need to defend again. We fail. We take 1 more wound. And now we're going to try and take it out in the magic phase. And we make it. So we take this and we receive 1 gold. Really doing badly. Really badly. Okay, so we're going to roll 3 dice. Which means we get to rest 1. And we have 2 rivers. Yeah, that worked. Okay, sorry, we forgot to roll 4. Yeah, nothing happens. Okay. Okay, Frostgate. Let's roll the movement die. Deep snow. The drifts pile high and bury all paths. Roll 1 less movement die on your next turn. Okay. Cold snap. A sudden drop in temperature saps you and your allies of strength. All in your party take 1 exhaustion. River passage. No. Hills. Warm welcome. You and your allies each heal 1 heart for free. Woohoo! Okay. Cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the market step. On a 9, we draw from this deck, and it is Gauntlets of Shadow. Activate 1, activate to cancel 1 to be inflicted, 1 wound being inflicted on your hero. Let's see, we're going to get rid of this card. And we're going to get a +2 to stamina, which is super, which increases our stamina to a maximum of 6. We have 3 gold. We need to heal. We have 2 gold with which we can do nothing. Threat changes, but nothing happens. So now we're going to try and, yeah. We need to get over here. Let's see. We've got 2 hills, 1, 2. Um, got one road and another road and a river. Okay. 14. Nothing happens. We didn't face a challenge, so let's see. We don't face a challenge. We roll again. One river and one plain. Yep. River, plain, and one more plain. So here we are. Let's draw a card. Okay, this one goes away and we draw from here. Arms for the church. The Church of Kelnov is a proud institution, and its priests earn much gold and glory for it upon the field of battle. However, even the cardinals will not turn away charity given in good faith, and reward such generosity with healing spells. Each player may secretly bid any amount of gold. We can't play this because we are on our own, so we will just redraw and take this one. Riddling countenance. An ingenious spell assures that no riddle is ever repeated, and short of bashing your way through, a riddle is all that will get you past the door. Combat. You may choose to test law. If you succeed, you defeat this challenge. If you fail, you immediately escape. Oh well, we can test. We fail, so we just escape. Nothing happens, but we also don't get to take this green gem. So we check the threat track, and it is still okay. We move. Yeah, we have enough to go here. Let's see what happens here. Cutting garden. Melee. You may test Tinker in place of making a gruesome trap. The targets don't realize standing in the midst until they have become fertilizer for these mechanical flowers, so to speak. Okay. You may test Tinker in place of making a melee attack. If you succeed, you defeat this challenge. If you fail, you take 3 wounds. Well, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 exhaustion before combat to try and see if I can inflict any damage on this up front. And on a 9, that doesn't work. So now we have the melee, where we have to... We could test Tinker. But we have a greater chance of actually making it there. 13, and we make it. Woohoo! So now we're going to attack in the 9, 13. That is enough, so we do gain 2 gold, and we gain this green gem. And we see what happens to the threat track. 11. It's fine. I really want that rune, but at the pace we're going, this isn't happening. It's in Dawn's more. We simply don't have enough money. But it'll stay with us at least 1 more threat track round. Okay, let's go here and see if we can get some more money going. Plains, yeah. Call of the Wild. First, the blood heated to boiling sprays the targets. The same trigger also releases the pack of starving wolves who simply follow their noses. Before combat, test Listen. We don't hear anything. To hear the howling of the wolves. If you succeed, you may make an immediate ranged attack with no penalty for failure. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to do our preliminary before attack. And with a 17 we succeed, so it takes 1 wound. We're also going to get rid of this false hope. To inflict 1 more wound. And then we're going to see what happens in the ranged attack phase. And we successfully defend with 17. Then let's see what happens in the melee phase, where we do not successfully defend ourselves, so we take 2 wounds. And let's see what we can do in the magic phase. And we make it. So this one's dead. It was difficult. And very dangerous too, so we have now 7 gold. But at least we can level up, and we will do this immediately. And we're going to level up our spirit, of course. So now let's see what the threat track does, and it does go up. So now we need to roll anything that is 4 or less, costs 4 or less, needs to be checked. And if I roll even, it goes away, and if I roll odd, it stays. First one is odd, goes away. Second is this one, even stays. Those are the only ones because everything else is too expensive. Okay, good. We faced a challenge, so we don't have to do anything. We have 7 gold, that's not enough. We need more money, but we only have 2 hearts. Okay, we're going to go into Dawn's Moor. And we're going to roll a movement die. Let's start from the top. Orc assistance. If you are an orc, we're not. Okay. Planes. War Master. An orc veteran offers you to train. You may pay 3 gold to gain 1 green experience gem. We don't have any money, sorry. Local guide. You may pay 2 and on your next turn move up to 6 spaces. No. Okay, that was nice, but let's draw something from the stack. Market stack. And it's a Winter's Woe, weapons, axe, refresh step. Each time you refresh this card, you must pass a lore test. Yeah, well, we don't do melee, so that doesn't help. Yeah, we're gonna put it here. But now we're going to heal, and we're gonna pay 2 to fully heal. We really need an ally. Are there any cheap allies? No. Of course not. The Dwarven Ranger is wherever. Where are you? Oh, in Nerrickall. Yeah, no. Okay, we're going to move over here. River. We don't have a single river, but we do have hills and a plain. Okay. Assassins on the loose. Lord Vorakesh has been known to hire help to reach his goals. Test 14 before combat. Test 14 mind before combat to spot the assassin. It's probably not going to work. And it doesn't, so we take 1 wound. Then we're going to take 1 exhaustion. To do a magic test, and we managed to pass, so this one takes 1 wound. Close ranged combat. We don't. Oh, it was such a good roll, but we still take 2 wounds. Okay, this is not good. Melee. 9, 10, we're knocked out. Okay, so we don't have anything. So we just end up in the nearest town. But the assassin remains on the loose over here. That's not good. And we lose all our gold. 10. Okay. We'll have to try this again. There is nothing for it. Yeah, and that's enough. Okay, so let's try this again. We don't make it, so we take 1 wound, but we also inflict 1 up front. Let's try this again. Okay, we take 2 wounds, and we don't defend. Okay, so yeah, that didn't go so well, so we end up here again. We didn't lose anything because we didn't have anything. Let's see what happens to the threat track. It's so funny because somebody said, oh, this game is so easy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, it's not. And that's proof of it. Okay. Yeah, well, let's get moving. River, swamp, plain, hill, plain. 12, nothing happens. Do we encounter a monster? No, we don't. And we can just, without rolling, move into here and draw a card. A hidden spring. You fill your flask with the last drops from a spring. It is the sweetest water you have ever drunk. Pass a lore test 13. 7, 11. Oh, we just did it. Just about. Test of, or this card, blah. If you succeed, you recognize that this is the fabled wine of the ancients and may take this card. Discard this card at the end of your movement step to regain all of your heroes' and allies' hearts and all wounds and exhaustion. However, this is legendary liquid, and it seems a shame to simply quaff the wine as if it were nothing more than a healing potion. This is the second time somebody tells us not to do something. Yeah. Another trap. This tricky intersection relies on simple teleportation magics and mild evocative effects. After each magic phase, roll a movement die. If you roll a road, enter another magic phase immediately. This process may continue indefinitely. Great. And we don't even get money for it. Okay. We fail. Yeah, we fail. So, magic phase. 10, 16, that was enough. We do 2 damage. And then we have to roll a road. Yeah, we do. So we enter another magic phase, where we also do 2 damage. And it happens again. We defeat it. It happens again. We defeat it. It happens again. We defeat it. Or do we? 6, 12, just about. And we roll a road. Okay, now we take 1 damage. This is fun. Yes, we defeat it. And we roll a road. 7, 11, 13. We don't defeat it. Okay, well, I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. Yeah, we defeated. We didn't roll a road, woohoo! But we took 2 damage and we don't even get any money for this. This is ridiculous. Okay, so, but we get this one. Discard during movement instead of rolling movement dice to immediately move 2 spaces. Woohoo! That's what I wanted. So we're gonna go to. We can't even heal because we don't have any money. Okay, let's go to Naricol and just hope for the best in the town step. Let's see where we are at with the threat track. This, I mean, at this pace, we're not gonna get anywhere. Naricol. Dark Ally. You take a wrong turn and end up in a dangerous part of town. Suffer 2 fatigue. Woohoo. I'm so glad. Stolen goods. Draw 2 market cards and add them to the market step. Yeah, it's great because we don't have any money. Because, you know, it's super because there are super things, but nothing can be done if you don't have any money. I can't even heal. Okay, and lastly, mountains. Robbed. Discard this or 1 item. We don't have anything. If you have less than no items, then there is no effect. If you choose to lose an item, add it to. Okay, well, yeah, that was super. So we are almost dead. We have no money. But we have a card that will allow us, we're just going to get rid of this bubbly spring thing because, yeah, I know that we shouldn't be doing this and it's super, super important, but, you know, I just can't afford to not be able to do anything. So, yeah. One river, 1 swamp, 2. That was a stupid idea. 1 river, plain, road, and another road, and that's where we are. 11. Do we encounter anything interesting? We do. And it's a stealthy spectre. If you attempt to inflict wounds on this one against this card with anything other than a magic attack, roll a movement die. If you roll a river symbol, you inflict no damage. Okay, that's not going to happen. So let's take 1 exhaustion. 8, 10, 14, so we do 1 damage. Then we're going to try this again in the magic phase. 14, that's easy, it's dead. So if this happens, as it happened just now, I receive only the gold, I do not get any experience. Is there anything in Tamalia that we... No, of course not. Okay. 8. Yeah. River. No, we're using this wild die. Three roads. Threat track goes up. Yeah. Okay. We're not going to roll for this one. Let's see what we draw. Draw from here. Cults on the rise. The people of Kelnov have seen much pain and suffering in the troubles over the past decades. The most desperate among them have become easy prey for cultists, conjurers, and others who promise salvation and wealth through mysterious rites. While this card is in play, you may test sneak or diplomacy at the beginning of your market step to infiltrate a cult and expose it to the authorities. If you succeed, gain 3 gold worth of credits to spend this market step only. If you fail, you take 2 exhaustion. Okay, let's draw another challenge, and it is a razor wing nest. A flock of savage razor wings is taken as its nest an abandoned tower in a crumbling keep. Terrified, the locals ask for your help in ridding the tower of its evil occupants. Super, we get 1 gold for this. So we're going to try and we're not going to do the before combat. We take 1 damage, and we take 1 more damage, and we kill them outright, which is super because we get 1 gold, which is going to be fantastic because we can't even heal ourselves. Oh yes, we can, but you know, that was super. So go into River Watch, do the River Watch. So first of all, let's check. Okay. Stays. Away. Yeah. Let's do the market step. River Watch. Road. Trade route. Roll 1 extra movement dice next turn. Nice. New goods. Draw 3 market cards to add to the market stack, which would be cool if we had money, but we don't. 1, 2, 3. And last but by no means least, pickpocket. Test the spot. If you fail, you lose 1 gold. And of course we fail. Super, we have 2 gold, which is not enough to even heal us completely. So again, we're not getting anywhere closer to either getting an ally or anything else. So we have 1 fatigue, so we're going to roll 3 dice. No, we're actually going to just discard this card, do the and go here and try our luck with this green challenge. Okay, Nest of Bane Spiders. Before combat, test Mind to avoid the spider's web. And of course we don't do it, so we take 1 wound. Melee. 8, 9, we take 1 wound. Super. 7, 9, 13. We kill it and we get 1 gold. We only took 2 wounds. Woohoo! We can't even heal because we don't have enough money to heal 2 wounds. Okay. Going to roll 4 dice. Sorry, let's check. 13, nothing happens. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Let's go to River Watch. Let's see what happens. Trade route, nice. New goods, draw 3 market cards, so we draw 4 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't do anything because we don't have any money. We're going to heal for 1. And last but by no means least, yeah, we don't pickpocket. Yeah, so we couldn't even heal because we were pickpocketed. Yes, well, that's going swimmingly, isn't it? We only have 2 more green challenges on the board. We're just going to do 1 move, 11, and we're just going to take a challenge and hope for money. Vingolem. The warlords of Kia created the Vingolen to fight during the Dragon Wars. Wild Vingolen now run loose in the land, hunting for prey. Test hide. We fail. Nothing happens. We do R before combat, taking 1 fatigue, which 6, 12 didn't work. 8? No, it did work. So this one takes 1 wound. Then we have, okay, 11, 12, which is just enough to avoid damage in the melee phase, and 9, 11, that's enough to kill it. So we receive 1 gold. And we are going to go to Tamalia. 11. Yeah, that's enough. Tamalia. Let's hope for something good. Swamp. Scandal. Your noble patron lost favor at court as have you. Test hide. God. 12, we fail. If you fail, you suffer 2 exhaustion. Your turn ends and you must flee the city and not return to Tamalia on your next turn. Oh, come on. The next one is River. New goods, draw 3 market cards. Super! I'm excited. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's great. Yes, well, our turn ends. We flee the city. We're going to go to the swamp. I'm going to just make that decision. 5. This is punishing. So now we're going to... We again have not been able to heal. Dawnsmoor. Let's hope for the best this time round. Orcan Ale. Test endurance. Succeed and you and your allies all heal. Super. I'm impressed. Of course we fail. We suffer 2 exhaustion. And blood magic. You pay 3 and lose 3. After missing your next turn, you then gain 1 experience counter of your choice. I don't even have this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to try this. While this card is in play, you may test sneak or diplomacy. We're going to test diplomacy 13. 8, 10, and we manage it. At the beginning of your market step 2, infiltrate the cult and expose it to the authorities. If you succeed, you gain 3 gold worth of credit. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to see where we draw it from. And this is Dawnsmoor. Yeah, that doesn't help us because now we have 5. We can't use it, but we're gonna at least get some life back. And this one is this guy. He's too dangerous. Okay. 11. We don't have any green challenges that we can face. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to roll 4 dice to try and make it into Tamalia. River, yes. Okay. Lightning Mace, it's not going to help us because we won't make enough money. Okay, we roll 2 less movement dice next time, but we also draw 3 market cards. Aha, Dwarven Ranger or Blade and Buckler. We're going to do the infiltration test, which we pass, so we have credit of 3. We're going to get a Blade and Buckler. Our hero receives a +1 bonus to all combat rolls. And we can discard this to cancel 2 wounds being inflicted on us. We can have 2 weapons, 1 armor, and 2 allies. And nothing happens. Okay, what we're going to do is, we can't heal. We are going to try this one. We'll have to. And we're going to heal 1 exhaustion on the way. And that's enough. Yeah. So first, we need to test mind. And we managed to test mind, 15. So we don't take the assassin's first attack from the shadows. Okay. Now we have to do... Now what we're going to do is we're going to get 1 exhaustion to try and test spirit. And we manage that one as well. So he takes 1 wound up front. Now we have to do the melee, the ranged. We get +1 to all of our combat rolls. And we manage this one too, do we? 13, 14, 15. No, we don't, but okay. We still have 1 wound left. So now what we're going to do is we're going, oh God, give me strength. Oh no, we did, because we have 2. Actually, that didn't happen. We have 3 and we rolled 13, that's enough. So that one didn't happen, so let's give me strength. Let's try this. That didn't work. 2, 3, 4, that's not enough, so we take 1 wound, but now we try and attack him in this magic phase, and we hit him and we kill him. So this goes away, we take the gem, we get 3 gold. 1, 2, 3. Now that's looking a little better. And we're now going to increase what do we have in Tamalia? We need an ally. Okay, we're going to go to Tamale and hope for the best. So first of all, we're going to check. And the track goes up. So, and we are going to trade in the green challenges. And we are going to increase our mind value. And now we need to check anything. That one. Odd goes away. Stays. Stays. Away. Okay, good. So we're now going to go to Tamalia. Yes, and that's enough. So Tamalia. Let's just hope we don't get the terrible one again. Royal summons. You miss your market step to appear before the king, but at the palace heal all okay. Well, that's not too bad. Road. Crowded streets, one less die, and plains, royal favor. Your noble benefactor brings your exploits to the attention of the court. Gain 1 gold. Okay, we like that. Okay, we didn't do the market step, which is annoying, but still 2, nothing happens. We're going to stay here. We're going to test diplomacy, and we manage this, so we get 3 credit. Let's see, we're going to do a market step, and we draw from this deck, and it is another ally, Sister Celia. Melee and magic. Sister Celia may take 1 exhaustion to receive a +2 to her attack roll. We have 7. Sister Celia is super strong. We're going to take Sister Celia with us. And I feel a little bit better now. Let's see where we're at. 10. Oh yeah, we leveled up twice, so all of the green challenges now go away. We can't face them any longer. Okay, so let's see. We'll have to start facing yellow ones. There's one right outside the city gates. There are 2 outside the city gates, in fact. Yeah. And we can get to both of them, so we're going to go here. Okay, let's see what they have in store for us. Stormwalkers. They say that Vorakesh uses the power of lightning to make the dead walk. Before combat, test hide 15 as the necromantic storm passes over you. If you fail, take 2 wounds. That's not good, but we have a +2 now, so we're at 4, so we need an 11 or higher, which we don't get, so we take 2 wounds. That's not good. Now we're going to take 1 exhaustion. That wasn't good enough. So now in the melee phase, we're going to... in the ranged phase, we're going to... actually, no, I need to re-roll this one because I don't really know what I rolled. 13, that's enough, so they do take a wound because I get a... No, I don't. Okay, so let's see. That's 7, 8... It's not enough. I get knocked out. Okay, we end up back here. We don't have any gold, so nothing happens. Fully restored. 11, but we lose a turn. Okay. The Stormwalkers remain undefeated. So we're going to go here and see what happens there. And we can't go there. Okay, so then we will have to face them again. 10, 14. We still weren't good enough to hide from them. It's not too good. So we're going to take the 1 exhaustion to try and see if we can inflict any damage on them. That's enough. So you do take 1 upfront damage. So Sister Celia is going to defend... No, Sister Celia is going to... Well, I'm going to attack or defend in the melee phase, in the ranged combat phase. And with a 9, that's not good enough. So we get knocked out again. I'm telling you, this is grinding me down. So... anything below 9 needs to be, anything below 8 needs to be tested. 8, so this one goes away. Goes away. We wanted that rune. Stays. 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 Goes away. Okay, that was all of them. Stays. Stays. Goes away. Stays. Wolf pelt. Stays. Lightning mace. Stays. Goes away. Ramshackle war pick. Stays. Dwarven ranger. Stays. Runeseeker, we had her already. So we have to roll 2 dice. There's the second die. So stays and stays. No need to roll. We need to roll. Stays. It's a dagger, eagle's talon. Okay, that would be an interesting one, eagle's talon. stays and not affected. Okay, so in Tamalia, we will try this again. So we lose another round, 13, and let's keep going. We have no woods. Oh, we're going to try this again. I mean, it's impossible. It cannot. Yeah, we'll just have to keep trying. Okay, I take 2 wounds because I didn't see them coming. Take an exhaustion to try and kill them up front. That didn't work, so let's see what I can do here. 12, 16. Finally, we don't take any damage here. Now she's going to attack in melee. 9, 12. That worked. So they take 2 damage. And we're going to try and finish them off in this phase, and we do. We can take this card and before combat discard it to inflict 1 wound. So we also get 3 gold. So we move back to Tamalia. And we make it. We're going to 14, nothing happens here. Tamalia, let's roll a movement die. Roads, crowded street, okay. Royal favor, we get 1 gold. And lastly, hills influence. Your noble benefactor pressures the merchants. You pay -2, minimum 1 for all items this turn. Super. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do our diplomacy thing. For 9, 13, 15, that's enough. So if we have 3 credit, we pay 2 less. So now we're going to do a market step. And we draw from this stack, and it's a weapon. Fang Dagger. Melee. If your hero attacks during this phase, he receives a +1 bonus to his combat roll. Melee. If your hero defends during this phase, he receives a +4 to his combat roll. Okay. So we have 3 credit, which is 7 in total, and everything is -2. So this one would be sold for 1. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to invite Silver Jack to join us. He's now only 4. So we pay this. And what we're then going to do is we are going to use his ability, which reduces everything to 1 by 1, plus the 2 that we get. So we have 3 in total. Okay, so we pay just 1 for the Fang Dagger, but we don't really need it, do we? Because we don't do melee. We have nothing that we could use that would make any difference. Melee. How are we for jump? We get a +2 to jump. We're just going to take the Ram's Head War Pick. We can have 2 weapons, which is the only one that actually makes sense. And it costs us only 2, and then we can spend 1 to heal 1 heart. Okay. It's not ideal, but it's the best we can do at this moment in time. We roll only 3 movement dice because we want to, because of crowded streets and because we want to get back 1 of our exhaustion. So first of all, that goes away. Let's see. We have no woods. So we're just going to go up the road like this. Nine. So now we need to roll for a challenge. 10. We don't take a challenge, so we're going to try this again. We're going to roll 4 dice because we are wounded, and we want to go to the Nericol. What does Nericol have? Does it have anything interesting? Eagle's Talons, Brothers of Fire. No. Okay, so we're trying to get to either of these two. 1, 2, 3. So for this we would need a swamp, which we don't have. For this we would need a wood, which we do have. And okay, so that works. So we're going to go here. We're going to draw a yellow challenge card. And it is a Ferox Ambush. With a mighty snarl, a savage ferox launches itself at you. The creature is a blur. It moves almost too fast to be seen. Okay, so first of all, we're going to test jump. That didn't work, but nothing happens. Okay, but we also don't take any damage. Now we're going to try and see if we can use our spirit to inflict any damage, and we can. We took an exhaustion for this. Next up is Silver Jack. He's going to attack in the ranged phase, and he rolls a 16. That's enough, so he does 1 damage. Next up is Sister Celia, who's going to attack in the melee phase, and she rolls 7. 10, that's not enough, so she takes 1 wound. Yeah, we forgot this. And now we're going to roll. And we get 8, 9, 11, 15, that's enough, so we kill it. So we take this 1, and we're going to take 3 gold. And we're going to level up. And we're going to add 2 to our melee ability. And why are we doing this? Because we want to do the jump test. Okay, so now that's the end of the round. Let's see what happens to our markets. 14, nothing happens. So now we're going to go to Nericol. We're going to do the market step there. We draw from this one. Kyrian Darkblood. Do we have any weapons? No. Eagle's Talon, what does that do? If your hero attacks during this phase, activate. Okay, we're going to take the Eagle's Talons and we're going to remove that one. Oh no, instead. No, that doesn't help. Okay, no. Let's see what Nericol does for us. Let's roll a movement die, and we get possibly crowded streets. Dark alley. You take a wrong turn and end up in the dangerous part of town. Suffer 2 fatigue. Stolen goods. Draw 2 market cards and add them to the market stack. 1 each. Another ally, Tarek, Wyvern Rider, and Lightning Mace. And Hills, Gamble. If you have 5+, which we don't. Okay. We also don't have anything that we would like to pay for, so we're going to pay 2 gold. 3 gold to remove everyone's wounds. And I think I will have to call it a day there because my camera is almost dead. So, okay, so I'm going to upload this one. We're just gonna finish this. 6, okay, nothing happens. Yeah. Okay. What does this do actually? You can inflict 1 up front before combat. Okay, so we're gonna get back later on today. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.